Oh man, here we are. You know what's funny? We got a special guest. Single Wednesday. You're not going to see him right now because we're going to do an introduction. 1 second. Let that music fill in for a second. This is beautiful, by the way. It's the premiere of The Stash. Yes, I see you all. Thank you on Riverside for joining us. All of you have been with us since the beginning. Riverside FM, all 30 of you on the time of the show. Welcome to Breaking It Down. We're still going to milk this a little bit. You know there's folks joining on YouTube as well. We got our footprint there. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor. If you're here for the first time or you're joining because the algorithm, whatever, that puts it out there, do me a favor as my glasses fog up because I'm fired up. Do me a favor and text one friend this live link. If they're just sitting around, 19 now, you don't even have to watch. You can listen to our voice. It's passive. Or if you want to watch, you can watch as well. That adds to the dynamic nature of the show. Listen, I have to say, I'm going to stop this because we have an intro to make. Folks, telling the story this week. Here we go! Anthony, here he is, our storyteller of the week. You're up to bat, my friend. Let it go. By the way, let the cheers go. We're not stopping. Go. Thank you, folks. By the way, those cheers aren't just for Anthony. They're not just for you. They are for you. All of you on the other side, as I mentioned, all of you on YouTube. And you can catch us at breakingitdown.live. Here we are again, man. This is unbelievable. I've been having to take my glasses on and off. I'm so fired up. I'm fogging up.
You're fogging up. It could be the heat coming off the mustache. Shout out to the stash.
Oh.
Shout out to the stash card.
Here it comes. Sorry to do it. Sorry to do it, folks.
Strike the pose.
As my son said, I got my stash card. I have no excuses. I'm going into stores. I was telling you this via text, and we're going to get into the show here, folks. I want to first do a little bit of a banter, and then we're going to go through the rules of BID, what this show is all about, and again, it feels like it's been a cash flow. We're giving out a $25 gift card for those who get the answer right at the end of this storytelling show. But first, before we get to that, I'm walking around stores with this stash.
Yeah.
People can't tell if I'm Harvey Keitel from 1978 or Kurt Russell from Backdraft or Tombstone. Maybe I'm a mixture of both. And here's the thing. I'm walking through and all I get is nods.
Yeah.
Listen, love it or hate
There's
it.
a level of respect.
There's a
level of respect.
Even if you, now I'm cooking. Even if you don't like a stash, you got to respect a stash.
You have to.
They've
There's
never been.
You have to respect it.
Hey, some people have said, "Oh, they're cool again." Tell you the truth, have they ever not been cool? I'm not sure. They haven't.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them back. Listen, let's
You're
get
bringing
started.
it back. Yeah, let's get rolling.
Let's get rolling. Okay, my name is Aaron Califato. We have Anthony James. This is Breaking It Down. I know my lovely wife, Corey. We're giving her a title now. Her title is Guest Management Coordinator. Let's go. Corey, this is for you. I got the button of the I can't stop.
You're addicted.
By the way, Megan says, hey, you're running a little late. Hey, Megan. By the way, she's one of our first founding, viewers in Riverside. So we love Megan. Megan, it's funny. I'm trying to put layers to the show here. You're checking me on time. How about this, Megan? In the last few weeks, I haven't seen you get the answer right So why don't you get your game going? Because there's $25 on the line for you. It's funny though, before we got started, my calendar was going off and I was like, who the hell is emailing me at 8:19? It was a reminder that we should be going live. I just had to let that music flow.
You
Okay.
did. You're trigger happy. You got the stash. It's a veto. You can veto anything with the stash. It's
What I
the
love,
rule of the night.
you know what's great, and you've done this last week. When you open the show, the first part, we set it up. The rest of the time is going to be yours. Let's do this, Anthony. Let's go over the rules real quick. If you are new to the show, here's how this works. This is a storytelling game show. It's BID. We started it actually 30 plus years ago because Anthony and I are storytellers in our lives, storytellers in our work, and we figured why not have a game show every week where each of us tell each other stories. But the thing is, we've gotten so good at this thing, we don't even know sometimes if they're fact or fiction, true or false. So we figured, why not make a game between us where each week we alternate. One of us tells the story, the other one listens, and at the end of the story, we have a chance to guess if it's fact or fiction. We're keeping score. Here's the score right now. It's 3-2, and we started the scoring once we integrated YouTube into this whole factor, right? So we didn't keep the score. If we did, we wiped the slate clean with our Riverside crowd. So graceful for them. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Megan. I don't pick on Megan. Sorry. My point is, look, we're 3-2. If I'm not mistaken, it was 3-1 actually last week. And it reminds me of 2016 when the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers, shout out to the Cavs, by the way, sweeping their series was incredible. I think they swept the Orlando Magic. Is that true? Is it? No, they're not playing the Magic. They swept the.
It was the
who did
Heat.
they sweep? See, it was so fast. I don't even know who they were playing. It was the Heat, but another Florida team, another team that no one goes to the games. So, hey, let's be real. There's no real fans there, man. Listen, they show up championships, and then when they got too many things to do. They got beaches, they got all that stuff. So, the Cavs swept the Miami Heat, and in 2016, the Cavs were down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors that have still the best record ever in the regular season. And they came back. It reminds me of a comeback that's happening here. So this is an important game right here. This is an important night. I'm ready. I have my caffeine, as you can tell. I'm locked in. I'm ready to hear your story because if I get this right, I believe this ties us. And we're not the only ones keeping score. You all are keeping score. We're giving away a $25 gift card at the end of the story. We try to get out of here about 9 p.m. every night. So it's 25, 30 minutes. Here are the rules. You got to stick around to the end. And at the end, we're going to give you the signal where, in this case, I'll be guessing if it's fact or fiction, Anthony's story, and we're going to signal all of you. And Corey, my wife, my beautiful wife, she's going to keep track. She's going to keep track of the Omni stream here on Riverside and on YouTube and wherever else we're streaming. And whoever answers correctly, when we give the signal, the first name that pops up, the first handle, whatever it is, you get the gift card. We'll get in touch with you and we'll send it to you. Okay. With that being said, I don't think I'm missing anything. Anthony, the floor is yours, my friend.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see if I can keep my lead alive. Time will tell. I'm going to take you guys back. Aaron, I'm going to take you back to middle school.
Oh, here we go.
7th, 8th grade time frame. We went to different middle schools, if you can recall.
Yes, we did. By the way, as we're doing this, do me a favor. Bring your mic a little closer so we can hear you even more because this is getting, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay.
Maybe it's part of my strategy.
Exactly. By the way, just so you know, off the script, it's never on script. Anthony's been texting me, playing mind games with me before the show. Hey, I'm calling you out. You didn't tell me anything, but you were trying to give me like previews and he's just trying to throw me off his scent. So watch his face. Watch. Is he perspiring? Does he have a towel? If you've been with us week to week, what's his vibe? Check him out as he's telling the story. So let's get back to you. We're going back to middle school, and you're right. We went to similar elementary schools. I moved, and then when middle school came, we split, and we went to different middle schools. Go ahead.
We did. So 7th, 8th grade time frame, right around there. I started having an opportunity to embark on a journey of sport per se. Okay. That's all I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to have to take this back a little bit further to give you guys some context as to what's going to lead to this event. Okay. If you guys can recall in your childhood, I think all of us had opportunity to learn or be interested in hobbies, right? Sports, right? As we're kids, we are actively trying to find things to fill time, right? If you can all remember, just being a kid, the time goes so slow on the weekends. The summer break felt like an eternity. Summer break felt like an eternity. We're playing sports, soccer, football, hockey, badminton, tennis, anything you can do. I did it all. I was learning everything that I possibly could. That's okay. So like all of this is it's gonna make sense, but follow me on this one. So you could get up in the morning. As a kid, you have your breakfast. Maybe you have some Cheerios. No coffee. I was a late bloomer on coffee, but I was not drinking coffee as a little kid. Hang out with the neighborhood kids, maybe play some video games, go for a swim in the pool, get out, have a bologna and cheese sandwich.
Oh, American cheese? You going American cheese on that or cheddar?
I'm going cheddar, sometimes mayo. It depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay.
It's a crapshoot. You do like 30 activities and you think the day's over and you're like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. What am I going to do the rest of the day? So you're trying to find things to fill time. An unlikely hobby fell my way as I was hanging out with friends at a local or a neighboring friend's house.
Here we go.
I started playing ping pong.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, what is this game? Like it seemed boring at first. I'm like, I don't really understand this, but I got a grip on it pretty quick. Playing with my brother, he would come with me. We would play singles, we'd play doubles. I mean, I was playing ping pong all the freaking time. I became obsessed.
You were addicted. Would you say
I was-
addicted? Is that a fair question? Because at the end of this, I get a question. Does that count as my question now? Is it fair?
It's fair game right now.
Okay.
I was becoming addicted to ping pong as you are as pushing the applause button.
That's the transition button. Here's the.
Ooh, I like that one too. There we go. Continue. I'm hustling. I'm playing ping pong. Heck, we were playing hours of ping pong to the point where we're like, all right, what else can we do with the ping pong paddle? We were like playing like this game where we would stand like backwards and we would try to hit each other at like high level speeds, like a sniper game, right?
Okay.
I know it sounds kind of brutal. I mean, it put little welts on our back. We had a lot of fun.
It was a different time. We had to do what we had to do.
We had to do what we had to do. So it had gotten to the point where I'm like, I was talking to my parents and I said, hey, I want a ping pong table. They're like, okay, you're really serious about this. I'm like, yeah, I think I really like it a lot. So they got me a ping pong table. This is the house, Aaron, near Buckeye Woods, where I may or may not have been visited by aliens.
I'm still wondering from a couple episodes ago. I still don't believe. I still think that was a true story.
Playing ping pong in the morning, visiting aliens in the afternoon.
There it is.
Anything can happen. So my ping pong journey continues. I'm hanging out with my brother. We're playing after school. We're playing on the weekends. And it is just a skill that I'm really grasping. Like it's becoming something that I want to take to the next level. But how do you do that? Like there are people that compete in the Olympics for this, but
It's an Olympic sport. It's for real.
it's for real. It
But
was a
but
great.
you get lessons. You can't really. I don't. At least in Ohio, is
Self-
there anybody who's like a private ping pong coach?
Probably not. So probably not. So long story short, years go by. I'm still playing casually. I'm having fun in my youth. This leads us up to middle school, right?
Here we are.
Normal day, normal week, normal month, 7th, 8th grade. Again, can't really pinpoint the exact moment or the exact year, whether it was 7th or 8th grade. there's a flyer going around school for a ping pong tournament.
Here we go. Okay.
Right? Now, I see this flyer and I'm like, huh, this is interesting to me. I'm a shy kid. Like, you watch Breaking It Down, you see Aaron and I interact, you probably think, hey, we're outgoing guys. We may be the life of the party when we go places. Yeah, there's probably some truth to that. I didn't come out of my shell until probably senior year of high school or even later in life. I was a little bit more low key.
You were low key. You were low key for sure.
I was low key. I'm not like Aaron. You know, Aaron, I remember moments where we're in first grade, we're coming back from recess. He's clowning everybody in soccer. He removes his shirt because he's hot in the middle of class. He was the most outgoing kid that I ever knew. I was the complete opposite in my youth.
You were more shy. You were.
I was, but that's okay. You know, you find your own. So I see this opportunity for this ping pong tournament, and I'm like, I want to do this, but I'm a little nervous at the same time because this is going to be in front of a lot of people. I think on it for a little bit, and I decide, you know what? I'm going to sign up for this thing. I sign up. I put my name on there. I'm going for it. This is my opportunity. I'm going to make a name for myself. What if I could shout out? What if I could actually maybe even just be like somebody who could place somewhere first, second,
you could get
third.
first, second, third. You're on the podium.
What if I could be on the podium? What if I had an opportunity to come out of my shell a little bit, just do something out of the norm? I saw this as an opportunity for even like personal growth. So I sign up. The tournament comes around. I end up, just taking some practice reps. I don't know how serious I was leading up to that moment because there had, years had gone by since I was like super intense, right?
Yeah.
Like every single day, every single weekend. But it's like riding a bike. You have the skill.
You pick it up again.
I'm confident. I'm going to go into this thing. I go into the tournament. I remember it was I don't know, do you ever go to the middle school that I'm talking about? I'm referencing here.
Yeah, one of my kids goes there.
Okay, so I don't know if it's still set up the same, but there's the cafeteria. There was a large cafeteria, and there's a stage, like a little elevated stage.
Okay, fair.
I don't know if it's changed, but there was when I was there.
Throwing details in. I see you.
Right? So this was going to be in the lunchroom / mini stage. They had ping pong tables set up. There had to be at least 20, 30 kids that signed up for this thing. I go in. I compete in the first round. Single elimination. This is intense. Win or go home. I win. I win the first round.
Okay.
There's multiple rounds, okay? Because there's tons of kids. So you're just kind of in this pool. The principal of our middle school is running this thing. I don't know if he's like a ping pong guru or if he's like what his MO is, but he had some reason for wanting to do this tournament. I continue advancing. I'm slashing people.
Come on.
My ping pong paddle has become a pistol. Tommy Shelby right here. Shout out to my wife for getting this for me in my Easter basket.
Unbelievable.
I am running the town.
How many rounds have you gone through? Can I get that clarity on this?
Oof. This is an answer.
You said you won the first one. Was there like kind of like a tournament?
It was a tournament.
Okay.
My best guess, there had to be at least 5 or 6 rounds. Okay. I'm smoking people. My paddle must have. I needed a holster for this thing. I'm not taking names. I'm not looking back. I'm an assassin. I'm a
it's
hired
more than riding
ping
a bike.
pong.
You've come back into an expertise at this point.
I'm an expert.
Okay.
All right. I have a signature move. A signature serve. I still have it to the day, by the way, and we're going to get to that in a moment. I'm on top of the freaking world at this point, the high of being on stage. And this probably leads to me wanting more of a stage presence later in life, performing, musicianship, and all that stuff. Taking people out, watching them exit the stage. I took that person out. I took that person out. Next thing you know, I didn't realize I made it to the championship round. I'm going for everything right now. I can't believe this. The shy kid that started in the basement, hustling, just my brother, the neighborhood kids. I'm looking down the barrel of a possible middle school ping pong championship. The nerves, they're rattling me. My hands are shaking. You can't get me down. You can't take me out. I win the championship.
Now I'm giving you the cheer. But I don't know if this is true or not. And neither does anyone watching right now or listening.
It's not over.
So you win the championship?
I beat all the kids. I'm standing up there on top of the mountain. My ping pong paddle is smoking.
How do you feel?
I holster.
How do you feel after this win?
I felt alive.
I came out of your shell. You were at the top. Let's be honest. You're at the top of the mountain in Rocky 4 during the training. He's in Russia. He's at the top. He's going, Drago!
That was me.
Top of the mountain. Okay. Just making sure.
The story's not over.
Okay.
The principal comes over to me. He looks at me. Congratulations on the win. You have to play me now.
The principal says this to you.
I have to play the principal. So now I'm like, what the heck is going on? This grown man wants to play me now. Okay. Does that mean like I didn't win and I have to beat him to win? Is he trying to prove something? Did I offend the guy?
You were worried that, are you saying you were worried you actually didn't win the championship? And after all this work,
yes,
he could have taken it away from you? That you go all the way through?
Laugh it up.
Can you imagine the kids? Okay.
There's an auditorium or lunchroom. There are tons. The whole entire lunchroom is watching this.
Okay.
I'm the last man standing. I'm on top of the mountain with the principal. I have to unholster my ping pong paddle.
Okay, is this this is in front of everybody, right?
This is in front of everybody.
Here we go.
I have to battle the principal of the school in ping pong. I accept the challenge. I accept the duel. I go toe-to-toe with this guy. He was good. He was really good. He wasn't good enough.
You beat him?
I beat him.
You beat the principal.
I took him down. I took him down on his own home territory. I humiliated him.
Okay.
I humbled that man. How dare you?
Woo.
You want to question me? You want to question my skill? You want to call me to the floor? I'm going to take you out.
Come on now.
That's exactly what I did. I wiped the floor with all the kids. I didn't realize I had another mountain to overcome.
Right.
But I did. He didn't look too happy. I still remember him looking at me with this face of like, I got to be happy for this, 12-year-old? I don't even recall.
12, 13.
13-year-old?
Yeah.
This guy is frustrated that he got schooled. No pun intended.
Oh,
I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I won the whole thing. It was a high that, like, it just felt so good, man. It was so freaking cool. That is the story, but there's just giving you guys some more context.
Okay,
I
fair
still
enough.
ball, man. I still ball.
You still play
I
ping pong?
still I still got it. I play ping pong anytime I get the opportunity. When I was living, for those of you that don't know, obviously I'm in Ohio. I lived in Virginia for 5 years. I played ping pong all the time in Virginia. I was part of a church. I played
Oh
bass,
man.
guitar at a church. We had
Okay.
ping pong tables. Played all the time in between sets. Just showed up for fun. My buddy Brandon and I, we would hustle. He was so freaking good at ping pong. I met my match with him. He would beat me often. I beat him too. I've met many people that have called me to the floor and taken me out, but I still hold my own. I still beat people. I can perform it at a high level. I still have my signature move. My signature serve is lethal. I can't really describe it. I come in at an angle, hook that son of a gun. It can go anywhere
It's
on
got
the
spin
table.
on it. It's got spin.
It's got insane spin.
It's got
This is
spin.
a skill. This is a skill that not many people know that I have. Very, 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 very few people know that I can play ping pong pretty darn well. I want to stay humble about it. I don't want to brag, even though I did beat the entire middle school. Shout out to the school. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a middle school ping pong champion and someone who actually still would love to go out and potentially compete wherever I could. Heck, when I was a kid, you would think that I'd be going to bars. If I could, I would have. I'd been hustling adults, dropping 50 on a table if I had it. You would think that
You
I would have
feel
been
that
doing
confident.
that.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
let me just tell you this. Everyone, we're going to do a quick summary here and we're going to do a reset of the rules. I'm about to give my guess, but I would say whether this story is fact or fiction, you're going to get a second here to guess. Whether this story is fact or fiction, I think fictionally or truthfully, round of applause for the champion of ping pong, theoretically.
Theoretically. So let me just say this. That is the wrap of the story. What's going to happen here now is Aaron's going to have an opportunity to ask one or two questions. I will give him one question tonight since he already asked a question earlier.
Now you see the competitive edge has come. Okay, I see you.
Now,
I'll remember this.
okay. If you really have to, I'll be generous.
Okay.
And then I want to say, please don't start guessing yet in the chat. Please hold. There will be a cue for when we will tell you to start guessing. And then, as Aaron mentioned earlier, we will moderate to see who guesses correctly, which Corey will be doing that. And then we will break it down. We'll talk a little bit more about this after Aaron makes his guess and I do the reveal. So, Aaron, do you have a question or two for me?
I do. First, I just want to say also just thank you for that. I want to thank everybody here. We added a few new people in Riverside, so thank you guys for joining. I can't tell just because, Corey's kind of coordinating all the live streams. I can't do more than, if you know me, I can't do more than one thing. I'm either listening or I'm telling a story. And even doing both, it's too much for me. So thank you, Corey. And I'm saying that because I know she's upstairs. She's going to coordinate all our answers here. So just know that. I know there's some folks, it's funny. I got my phone set up off camera and I got a text from Corey that one of our best hardcore listeners of my viral podcast, 7 Minute Stories, Michelle, who also became a fan of Breaking It Down when we were testing out different formats. I heard she's in the house. So Michelle, we have to say, welcome to Breaking It Down. This one's for you.
Welcome back, Michelle.
No, it's funny. We have actually a relationship with Michelle. She's great. She's actually, I think she's tuning in from Canada. So welcome. So and I know there's a few other people who jumped in here on Riverside and YouTube. So as Anthony mentioned, in a few seconds, I'm going to ask a question about the story he just told. We're going to wrap it up here. Now, here's a fun thing. Even if you joined late, you still have a 50-50 shot of guessing. Here's the thing. If you get the answer right, we're giving away a $25 gift card. So Even if you're, 50, it's either yes or no, or fact or fiction. So take a guess no matter what. Wherever you're watching this, Breaking It Down Live or Breaking It Down Live, Riverside, YouTube, and wherever else, find your chat feature, find the box, put your answer in a second. In a second. Okay. My question is about the story you just told about you growing up, learning how to play ping pong, being addicted, then essentially using it as a way to break out of your shell in junior high, entering a tournament after seeing a flyer, getting into the tournament, reclaiming the skills.
Mm-hmm.
You then take it to another level. You're going through the tournament. You're winning first round, second round, third round. You end up in the finals in front of everybody. You win the finals. Here we go. That's not enough. The principal takes you on and he says, you and me, buddy, and you roast his ass. Okay, here's the issue I have. And I this isn't a question. I just, some curiosities, some fear, and we have about 12 minutes left here. We're always on time.
So you're venting is what this is.
I'm venting a little bit because this is a really frustrating story. It's a good story. And I mean that because I can't tell, man. I literally can't tell if this is fact or fiction. And here's why. One, ping pong, it's always been popular in some way, but in the 90s, it was off the charts popular. I had a similar experience when I was at Bowling Green State University in college. I got crazy about ping pong to the point where, frankly, I think I could take you on. I don't know if I can win. You got a champion on the call here, but I think I could take you on. So I was competitive, loved it, played every single day. So that is true. I know that is true, that ping pong was a big deal in the 90s. So you got that. You had some really intense detail about like the location, the school, which is just a couple blocks away. My kid goes to school there now, one of my kids. I know the cafeteria you're talking about. So you were visually very detailed. I understand you picking it up that way. You kind of gave the history. I am getting a little caught up, to be honest with you, in the fact that you show up out of nowhere. A couple years, you regain your skills, and like the Karate Kid, you take over the tournament. Like, I'm having this. Listen, I got the 80s stash going. I'm feeling like this is an 80s movie. I'm a little nervous you watched an 80s movie and then decided to fictionalize a story to me. But at the same time, you know, you mentioned when you were in Virginia moving around, you played. We didn't really talk much about ping pong, and that's what's getting me. You didn't mention it a lot, which makes me think, are you just making this up for the first time? Are you just saying about ping pong? Because you didn't even say, hey, Aaron, you didn't even tell me the story. I'm frustrated. So let me ask one question, and then I'm going to do a drum roll, and then everyone, wherever you are in the chats, put yours, whether you think Anthony's story, the one that I just recapped for you, is fact or fiction. But let me ask a question. Was the principal you said it was it a male? Was it like a tall guy? Are you able to give me a description of the guy? Was he kind of like a tall, imposing guy?
He was 100%. He was tall. He had brown hair. He was a little like, it wasn't overweight, but he was intimidating. Yeah. He towered over me. He was intimidating, but he wasn't intimidating enough.
All right, I'm going to do this. Okay, folks, first I'm going to put a little sound effect here. We're going to give you 60 seconds. Corey, this is the moment. I'm going to give 60 seconds for all of you guys to say whether you think Anthony told a true or false story, fact or fiction. I'm not going to look at the comments, but I am going to give us... We're going to keep it on repeat. One more. Okay, I'm not looking. Corey will let us know. She'll let us know when they come in. Please take 10 more seconds and make your last guesses. I want to give people enough time here. This is a true story.
Final answer?
Final answer.
I just love doing this to you. The suspense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a true story.
Ah! Let's go! Let's go! Hold on, folks. Woo! Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
I might have won in middle school, but you won tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was well done. Yeah.
By the way, I got to give congratulations to you. That was one of the best stories you told because of the fact it was really hard to pick holes in it, and you added so many elements of truth, but you also casted a lot of elements of doubt. That is a hard to believe story. You came in here. Let's break this down.
Let's break
We
it
got
down.
about 10 minutes before we jump out of here. And then we're going to announce the winner. I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape already. I got to get into ping pong shape. I do a few ping pong moves. I'm breathing heavy.
Sounds like you and I might have to have a tournament.
Hey, listen.
I've been called to the floor. I thought the challenges of being called out by people were done. Maybe they're not. Sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, dude, this is hilarious. Okay, so here's the deal. I can't believe that 80s story that you just told. That's an 80s movie. You just told a story. They call it the Ping Pong Master. They had the wizard. Remember the wizard with the Nintendo Power Glove? You're coming in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Ping Pong Wizard, except you have a smoking paddle.
That's right.
Dude,
Don't forget it.
First of all, I want to just announce that it is now 3-3.
It is.
We're
Wow.
going to announce a winner of the $25 gift card here in a second. Let's break this down. So, was the principal? I'm just going to say, was the last name McKenna? It wasn't McKenna, was it? You don't know the guy's last name.
It was. Now, I couldn't remember it until you just said it. That was him. That was the guy that, Aaron, there's a possibility I'm haunting his dreams still. He may not be able to let this go. He could be living in an alt universe right now. He makeshifting, pretending that he's still playing me in ping pong every day. Maybe he has a table set up in his basement with a mannequin of me. And he's reliving the day.
You know the funniest thing? We all, listen, you know this show is very hyper local, right? We're in Northeast Ohio. We're going to run into people all the time that we know. We do. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you're hiding in the aisle waiting for them to leave, okay? But here's the reality. Here's the reality. I'm going to give you, all of you watching and all of you listening, Riverside, YouTube, Breaking It Down Live. The reason why I knew this was a true story was because of your description of the principal. Here's why. Just recently, but this is out of your control. That's why, my friend, sometimes things are fate. Just a few months ago, I was at an event in which my podcast, 7 Minute Stories, sponsored this event. And at this event, that gentleman was on the stage playing a keyboard in a band. And I remember going to Corey, isn't that the principal of your middle school? Because I didn't go there. Yeah. And I looked at his face. It's funny. I'm looking at myself right now. I'm looking like he did 20 years ago. But let me just say this. I'm looking at this guy's face, and the first thing I thought when you told me about the principal, he looks like a guy that would be ultra competitive. He also looks like a guy that would take on a middle school kid in a ping pong tournament. And he also was a coach. He is a highly competitive person like you and I. That factor is the thing that took it over the top. And that, my friend.
Wow.
Groundbreaking.
Wow.
That is why I knew this was a true story.
Way to break it down. And the detective
hat. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't talk about
ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing a true detective. This and the mustache. You just need the top hat, strike the pose, the Duncan cup. That is crazy work right there. So I was waiting for you to say he was playing ping pong on stage. If that would have happened, you wouldn't have seen me the rest of the night.
At this point, you would have left.
I'd be done.
I have an announcement to make. We have the lemon box. Corey says the handle is the lemon box, our winner of the $25 gift card. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going back to it again.
Trigger happy. Light them up.
Sorry. It's a game show. There's lots of people out there. Lemon Box, congratulations. Get in touch with me. You're going to get a $25 gift card for guessing correctly. This was awesome. Listen, we got a few more minutes to close out. I'm going to say some quick thank yous again. Everyone watching on YouTube, we got our footprint there. So if you like this, and this was fun, a nice 45-minute reprieve from the everyday. We're all going through it every day. We're working our tails off. We're dealing with colleagues. We're all dealing with a weird world. Isn't it fun to take 40 minutes? You don't even have to watch. Just hear our voice. We'll guide you. We'll paint pictures. Take a listen.
Here for you.
Play detective. We're here for you. We'll tell you stories every single week. And the fun part is you get to play detective. You get to be part of the audience. And as we grow this thing, we want to grow this with you. We got 35 now people in Riverside. That's the founding group of people that have been here since the beginning who just love this show. We decided to put our footprint out there on YouTube. I know we've been gaining about 40, 50, 60 streams every time. We're going to keep growing that, more subscribers. And what we want to do is essentially just keep building a community here of people where we do this every single week, have fun, tell stories, and eventually it'll justify bringing on guest storytellers outside of you and I, potentially some celebrity storytellers outside of you and I, and you watching right now, audience members, you get to come on here. You can come live onto the show. You can submit stories. We got a lot of plans in the work in the future, but it all starts now tuning in 8:15 Eastern every Wednesday. And if you can't catch it in that moment, we'd love for you to be there. But if you can't, watch the live stream. It's always on YouTube. It gets archived. You can go to Breaking It Down, find our handle on YouTube, Breaking It Down, and you can follow us, subscribe there, and watch. Any last words, my friend? This was a great one. We're tied 3-3. Now we're recreating the 2016 finals between the Cavs and the Golden State Warriors. We're going to a game 7.
We're going to a game 7. It's very appropriate from the story that we just told. Final words. I can't really top what Aaron just said, but very excited for those of you that joined us tonight. And we just got a message from Chad. He said he's here. Practice just ended. Chad, thanks for joining us.
Chad, also, another amazing listener. It's become a friend. Him and Michelle as well from the 7 Minute Stories family. Thanks guys for checking that out. Chad and Michelle, you can watch this at your leisure. It gets archived in the next hour or two on YouTube. I think you'll enjoy this one. This one got wild at the end. And then next week, anytime that you're around 8:15 Eastern, we go live. So thank you, everybody on YouTube. Thanks to everybody here on Riverside. And I have to say, let's maybe like leave the live with a little bit of 80s music.
Absolutely. And hey, listen, one last thing as well. Tell a friend. If you know somebody that you think would enjoy this, send the link to a friend, multiple friends, family members. We would appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. I definitely will. Thanks, Chad. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to continue this every week. Rinse and repeat. We appreciate the support. We truthfully do. You guys are family, and you're with us in the beginning. This is going to be a lot of fun to see where it goes over the next couple months, couple years. Shout out to you all.
And you know what's going to be fun, dude? We're going to up our budget because right now I'm playing us out with our entry graphic. That's all the money we have, folks. So we're coming in with the live stream starting soon, and we're ending with the live stream starting soon in the music. But guess what? It is starting soon next Wednesday. It can't come soon enough. We'll see you.